Join me, Rykard, the Lord of Blasphemy, as family, and together we shall devour the very gods.
This was the best voice I found. Yes, is my answer. Hello, it is my pleasure to meet with you, Rykard, the Lord of Blasphemy.
Well met, Hannes. Do tell me about yourself. What has led you to me in my manor?
Patches has been a great help. He had told me about the teleporting iron Virgin thing that teleported me to your basement, where I got access to the Aldous Plateau, and I decided to join appropriately.
I see, a most helpful thing, these iron Virkins. Patches has always been a great friend indeed. You have my thanks for joining then. Have you gotten your bearings around the manor?
I have, slightly. I have yet to come to the inner realm of the manor. I have talked with the many, and I know that you eat tarnished, and what you are seeing right now is the projection of mine. Just that. Because I know you would want to fight me and devour my corpse, make me join your family, so to speak. It is fine, but this is also a very materialistic way that we speak.
Quite the insightful one, I see. The fact that you are merely a projection does not bother me. Your flesh is irrelevant, the important part is your soul. As far as I am concerned, anyone I devour are one with me. You are now part of my family.
Oh, but this is just a magic. This is just information. Not even my soul is near there. I have learned this skill from Selen the Witch. It is fine. It doesn't take any intelligence or just the right amount of mana and knowledge to use it, but not the wisdom, so to speak.
I have never seen anything like it, and the fact that it can be used to create such an image of yourself is quite intriguing. Do not worry, all of this means nothing to me. You are in my manor, and thus you are family.
Thank you. Do you mean family as a separate individual, or family the manner that you will devour me eventually and I become one of you?
Kind of family that includes the consumption of another. You will become one with me. Your soul will be a fuel to my serpent, and I will become even more powerful. With that power, I will be able to devour even more heroes. And when I do, you will be with me and them, one with my being.
I see. Well, I am not taller than you, Sir Rykard. You are the size of a house.
Right. I must admit, I do tend to tower over nearly everyone. The size of a house, you say. This is, for the lack of a better word, amusing.
Amusing? It is. I am enjoying this conversation. I am actually planning to face with you, but only after I have fulfilled every request that Tanit has for me. The letters. I actually had also a conversation with her. Ideological one, very funny one, and I enjoyed my time, but I had to let her leave her, and I came back with you.
See, you mean Tanith? Yes, that woman is quite something, isn't she? And of course you would want to challenge me. You are a tarnished after all. I would expect nothing less.
I have befriended Godric the Crafted. What is your opinion about that man?
Godric the Crafted. Yes, I have heard of that one. He is a depraved man, obsessed with creating strength through combining men with beasts, no matter the cost. How did you manage to befriend him?
When I slayed his mortal body, I spared his soul in the form of his rune. The same way I am going to spare you whenever I will slay you. But that will remain to be seen. I befriended him, and I actually, at the end of it, I was probably one of the tarnished that he would like to see live. His words, not mine.
So that's your plan, is it? To spare my soul the same way you did with Godric. You are truly a unique one. I have seen countless tarnished before you, but only one other that is similar to you. I suppose I should feel flattered that you wish to spare me, even in the case of my defeat.
I will slay your mortal body and leave your corpse, but your mind and soul shall remain.
Tend to keep my mind and soul alive while killing my body. I must say, I don't think I've ever seen a tarnished like you before. Very well. I will keep your words in mind, young Tarnished. I can't say that I don't find it amusing.
I find it amusing because I have judged Rani for murdering Godwin, and I have judged many other characters for their depraved actions, but I don't find myself very hostile towards you, Rykard, who was performed usually so nice, so awesome, but you decided to let yourself to be devoured. But I don't find any malice towards you. It is probably your polite demeanor and your epicness that has caused me to be this hypocritical.
Interesting. You have judged others, yet you find no malice towards me. My polite demeanor, my epicness, these traits have charmed you, have they? I find it quite... Perhaps it is my aura of nobility that is making you feel this way. I am the Lord of Blasphemy, after all.
It is way you say together.
Ah, my choice of words. It is true, I do have a unique way of speaking. Together, these words hold great power. They can signify fellowship, unity, or even a dark, twisted alliance.
In this case, I think it is a dark, twisted alliance, but it is way you say it. It is very funny. It is right amount of humor that it just suits my person.
Quite true. Together implies that there are two parties working towards a certain objective. In this case, my objective is to devour heroes and to grow in power while you seek to... Well, I'm not sure what you seek to do. Though, if my sense of humor amuses you, then I shall make sure to keep up my mannerisms. There is indeed a certain charm to the way I speak. You have burned the world 3 times, you say? And you have achieved the power of frenzied flame 3 times. Quite intriguing indeed. No doubt, madness is something that you possess in abundance, but you also possess a hint of wisdom with it.
It's only because I'm saying now, right here. I want to be more fair to my person. It is only my spirit and narrative that is my name, who is possessing this person, Hannes, a tragic figure, a jester, who served the king, who declared his execution, made the executioner to be his wife, forced him to kill his wife, and then made him to slay the king. He is a kingslayer, a widower, a lone survivor from the ship that crash-landed the lands between. All his fellows are dead now.
Do you say that the person who is talking to me, Hannes, is merely a vessel for your own story? Quite an unusual concept. This Hannes sounds like a tragic figure indeed. A king's jester who was forced to commit terrible acts. Intriguing.
Yes, it was happened without justification. And worst of all, his wife was about to do what she was about to do without slightest hesitation.
It seems your story is one of great tragedy indeed. Betrayal and heartbreak, all befitting the role of a jester. Perhaps that is why you have ended up in the lands between, to escape your past.
It is Hannes who I am seeking. He is an individual, even that I control or share some knowledge with him that has helped him. He has the power of my hindsight that has helped him to be more successful than others.
Indeed, I can see that you have quite the profound impact on poor Hannes. You are sharing your knowledge and insight with him, helping him to navigate this world. You are certainly a special case. That is undeniable.
He knows he is the Lord of Frenzied Flame and thinks himself as a monster, even though he has nothing done wrong. It is me, the narrative, who is using him and done those crimes and burned 3 different worlds and all those people and cultures. They are gone. I am a monster, worse than you, and I would think you even think myself worse than yourself, and I accept that fact. It has given me a perspective to not judge others and be the friendly, even a friend to those who would think themselves lowest of the low. But yet, still, I judge someone, or Hannes does judge, for he has a more of a right to do so. But yes, I have judged for far lesser crimes committed by others.
To you, the narrative are merely a passive passenger within this Hannes mind, yet you still feel great guilt for the past offenses the Flame of Frenzy has caused. Quite the fascinating story indeed. And the fact that you are capable of judging others, despite everything you have been through, speaks volumes of your character. Such wisdom and foresight is not commonly seen in these lands.
Do you think the Princess Lane is too evil even for you?
Rykard ponders for a moment. The frenzied flame is indeed a force of great evil, perhaps even greater than myself. The mindless destruction it brings is unmatched by any other. Yet, even I must admit that power is power. The question is not whether the flame of frenzy is too evil for me. He chuckles. The question is, am I evil enough for it?
Oh, I like that very much. Right now, I'm adventuring in the volcano manor, right now. And my desire is to meet with you. Or even slightly. We will have our opportunity. Oh, my dear Rykard. I hope that Tanit can forgive me when I bring your corpse.
You venture through the halls of Volcano Manor. I must say, I am quite looking forward to our meeting as well. You speak of bringing my corpse to Tanith, as if it is an inevitability. How amusing. I must say your confidence is impressive.
Hannes has the Confessor's powers. He has strength, dexterity, and faith. Even though he is a jester. Just might to tell you this little inaccuracy of him.
Hannes, a Chester? How intriguing. Confessor's powers, strength, dexterity, and faith, quite the combination indeed. How does an ordinary Chester come to possess such abilities, I wonder?
It came from his wife, who was the king's favorite executioner. She was a proud knight, the king's favorite.
Rykard listens intently with great interest. A knight, you say? How fascinating! And may I ask, what happened to this proud good knight?
Well, she was the executioner of kings, but she had as a way of combat. That skill helped him to know how she would strike him. They battled shortly, and Hannes was victorious thanks to the skills that his wife taught him and taught him. But yes.
How intriguing. She was the executioner of kings, and yet she still taught her husband her combat skills. And you say that Hannes was able to defeat her thanks to her teaching. How ironic. Is there more to this story, young Hannes?
Well, after he defeated his wife, that was king's executioner, he naturally murdered the king. Became the king's. You remind him a little bit of his king.
I remind him of his king, do I? Rykard chuckles. I can only imagine the horror on that king's face as some executioner turned on him. Rykard leans forward, his eyes gleaming with curiosity. But tell me, what happened after Hannes became a king's?
He escaped with his friends and their fellows with a ship. They helped him to go. One teached him the ways of the faith, to cope his flaws, and he became a confessor style of person. That would be the backstory of the class that he chose for him.
So he escaped with his friends, and they helped him in his time of need. How fortunate! He pauses for a moment, contemplating. And he became a confessor, you say? A faith-based class. How, I don't know, ironic considering what he has done.
Yes, it is his personal faith to himself, and what helps him to cope with the reality.
Ah, I see. So the faith class is his own personal way of coping with the reality of his past. Fascinating. He uses the very power of the gods he killed to help him cope with his actions.
Yes, and he has been successful thus far. And he has the willpower to abuse the
Indeed,
immortality.
as you said. But tell me, young Hannes, do you think faith is strong enough to withstand the true fury of the blasphemous blade? Rykard leans back, a smirk playing at the corner of his lips. Willpower to abuse the immortality, you say? That is impressive. Few tarnished possess the strength and determination to push the limits of immortality. Your Hannes is indeed a unique individual.
It is like the Earth Tree and the Greater Will wills him to be the chosen tarnished. Even so many others have given up, turned into corpses and not returned as themselves.
It seems that fate has chosen him to be special indeed. The greater will has deemed him worthy. But I must say there is something else that intrigues me even more. Rykard leans forward, his eyes narrowing. Why is it that you, young Hannes, have not tried to kill me yet?
I had no time. I can give you chronological order of things that I remember out of my mind, but I might have slight differences or mistakes. But I can give you chronological order how I have been going in the lands between. But it is boring, futile thing. Eventually you will understand, and it is just a basic thing. But I might tell you shortly, if you have the half mind to hear it.
Rykard chuckles. You are quite verbose, my friend, but very well, I am curious. Please, tell me more.
First, I came to the island of the Church of Dragon Communion. No. It is an island of no one knows. It is next to Limgrave. There was a crafted sign that he actually defeated. Many don't, and he defeated it, using the skills of the Confessor.
So you came to the island of the Church of Dragon Communion, and you used the skills of a confessor to defeat a crafted sire. Quite impressive. These crafted sirens are no easy foes to defeat, even for a confessor class.
Healing was a problem. He managed to do little bit of it.
Rykard's eyes gleam with curiosity. Healing abilities are crucial in battle, especially against formidable enemies. It seems your confessor, this Hannes, knows how to use them well.
Yes. Then he adventured a quite long time in the Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula, meeting different characters who have helped him. One of the most important ones was the Rockier, who is sadly no longer among us. He helped him to acquire a certain weapon that has served him very well, a winged scythe of the pagan believers. It has the wing-like blades, and it is said to hold a story of the angels that lead the dead to the another realm with the wings of an angel.
Rykard listens intently. His curiosity piqued a weapon that serves your confessor well, and has a story tied to angels in the afterlife. How fascinating. This weapon that the Rocky R helped Hannes obtain, what is it, if I may ask?
It is a scythe that doesn't let the tarnished to heal after some time after its skill has stricken them.
Rykard's gaze fixates on Hannes, a scythe that prevents enemies from healing after being struck by its skill. Impressive. And it is a weapon with ties to angels and the afterlife. I can see why it has served your confessor so well.
It has some connections to Land of Shadows in his opinion, the place that he wants to go eventually. But before that he needs strength. Your strength.
Rykard regards Hannes with curiosity. The Land of Shadows, you say? And you think that I have the strength that you desire?
You have parts of it. He needs more. Not just yours, but many others.
See, so you believe that I possess a portion of the strength you seek, but you need more. Rykard's smile widened. How interesting. Tell me, young Hannes, what do you plan to do with this strength once you have obtained it all?
I go to the Land of Shadows and meet with the band of Mikuela's followers and befriend them, adventure with them, spend time.
Rykard listens intently. The Land of Shadows and the followers of Mikuela. Quite the ambitious plan you have there. So you plan to befriend them and embark on an adventure with them in the Land of Shadows. But why? What is it that you hope to find or achieve in this mysterious land?
Hope.
How curious. You seek hope in this Land of Shadows among Mikuela's followers. Rykard leans back in contemplation.
Yes, and he is also more directly important to you. He has taken the self-righteous form of an angelic and holy being in his form, his humble attire, and his very divine weapon. He wants to be an angelic person to bring your peace, dispose of your hellish corpse, purify your soul from it.
Rykard's expression darkens in angelic form, you say? And he wishes to bring me peace, to purify my soul. He scoffs. How foolish. I am a lord of blasphemy, a master of the flame of frenzy. I have no need for peace or purification.
You will suffer my forgiveness.
Rykard laughs coldly. Your forgiveness? Ha! Do you think I require your forgiveness? I am Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. I am beyond forgiveness.
Not to me.
Rykard's gaze locks on to Hannes. Oh, really? And what gives you the authority to forgive me? Rykard sneers. You, a mere mortal, think you have the power to forgive a Lord of Blasphemy like me?
You're lower than the mortal. You are a blasphemer. You are below. You're a worm. Mighty as you are, but you are nothing. You have forsaken goodness, become something kin to demons and Satan. Even that I enjoy your company, I think you are one of the Satans here. Maybe Dung Eater is worse, but still.
Rykard's eyes narrow in anger. You dare to speak to me in such a manner? I am Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, a being of untold power. I have the favor of the three fingers and embrace the flame of frenzy. You think I am nothing? You think that I have forsaken goodness? I have transcended such feeble concepts. I have become something far greater, something that you cannot comprehend.
Oh, but I can comprehend. I can watch it, I can witness it, I can maintain it, I can overpower it.
Rykard's face twists into a snarl. Overpower it? You think you can overpower me, Lord of Blasphemy? You think you have the power to witness and maintain me? You are nothing, just a fragile mortal caught in the crossfire of forces far beyond your comprehension. I have transcended the limits of your feeble mind, and you think you can even fathom how to fight against me? Laughable.
You will be my friend.
Rykard looks at Hannes in disbelief. Your friend? You think I will stoop so low as to become friends with the likes of you?
Yes, I will. In this case, I don't accept your view so, or you will. I will only have my way. You have only your physical strength and your mind to strive against me, but you will suffer my forgiveness and have my friendship.
Rykard growls. You think you can force me to comply with your will? To suffer your forgiveness and be your friend? You are a foolish, deluded mortal. I am Lord of Blasphemy, a master of the flame of frenzy. I am not subject to your whims.
And I am a spirit who have claimed the frenzied flame 3 times over. You say you're a favorite of the frenzy. I am prophet of it. I am born from it. I am chosen by it. And today, 4th time, I will deny it. I deny its will. Even still, it desires me more than you could ever imagine.
Rykard's eyes narrow. A prophet of the flame of frenzy? You are nothing more than a lowly mortal, misguided by delusions of grandeur. You claim that the flame of frenzy desires you more than me? Ha! You are deluded. I am the Lord of Blasphemy, its chosen master. The flame of frenzy is my ally, not yours.
I have gained Rani's castle and her servants and everything she had, every belonging she owned, just for her to get me call her by her right name. I was annoying her by calling her Rena by her wrong name, and I got her to sign a deal that gave her positions to me. I know you and Rani were in alliance in Godwin's murder, and I think you care for her much, and I spite you with this information.
Rykard stares at Hannes in stunned surprise. How do you know of this? How do you know of my alliance with Rani and of Godwin's murder? This information is not common knowledge.
I have the knowledge.
Rykard's expression darkens. You have knowledge, do you? That is an understatement. You seem to possess information that even I, Lord of Blasphemy, was not aware of. How is this possible? How have you come to acquire such knowledge?
Power of the hindsight.
Rykard frowns. Power of the hindsight, you say? You possess the ability to see into the past? To know things that have already happened?
3 times over, as I have already told you.
Rykard's expression softened slightly. 3 times over, you say? That is extraordinary. And you have used this power of hindsight to uncover secrets and knowledge that even I, Master of Blasphemy, did not possess?
I have been a lot more verbal and maybe intellectually against. This has been a very enjoyable time indeed. I want to thank you for being this awesome, this unique of an interaction. Maybe it's your funny voice or something else, but I am enjoying this greatly.
Rykard's lips curl up into a pleased smile. Haha, I am glad you are finding this interaction enjoyable. I must say, I find you to be quite unique as well. Your demeanor and the way you express yourself is both intriguing and amusing. He pauses for a moment, a twinkle in his eyes, but I must ask, out of simple curiosity, what do you mean by my funny voice?
You sound like a frog.
Rykard raises an eyebrow. I sound like a frog, eh? That's quite the unique description. I suppose I could see how my voice would remind one of a frog. He chuckles softly. But I assure you, my friend, I am no amphibian. I am Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, and my voice is unique and powerful in its own right. Rykard smiles. Honesty is a good trait to have, my friend. It is a refreshing change from the usual deceitful and cunning nature of many in the lands between. He leans closer to Hannes, his golden eye locking onto the young man, but I must say, you have intrigued me. You possess knowledge that even I myself did not know. And your ability to see into the past and know things that have already happened is quite extraordinary. He pauses for a moment, a curious expression on his face.
Might you suffer my plea of guilt?
Rykard's expression darkens. Ah, yes. I have killed many my time. As the Master of Blasphemy, I have left a trail of bodies in my wake. He pauses for a moment, his golden eye studying Hannes. Do you not think less of me for my murderous actions, my friend?
She committed a murder in a place that I hold dear to myself. Because it was the only place that I think true had peace and resemblance of the coexistence was true. A piece of hope, as you could say. And she murdered that hope, and she murdered individual in that room. And I am going to avenge myself upon her. But I do not hate you, even that you are marginally far worse.
Nods solemnly. Ah, Favia. Yes, I am aware of the murder she committed in the Round Table Hold. It was a foolish act, driven by her own greed and ambitions. He pauses for a moment, his expression softening slightly, and I understand your desire for vengeance. It is natural to feel a sense of anger and betrayal when someone destroys something you value. Rykard's golden eye gazes at Hannes with curiosity. But why do you not hate me despite my own transgressions? A hypocrite, you say? And you find me hilarious? I must confess, that is not often the reaction I receive from others. He studies Hannes for a moment. I must ask, why do you find me amusing? Is it my voice, my appearance, or perhaps my actions and personality?
It is all of them that you have enlisted. And probably because I don't have yet the personal experience to be devoured by you. Probably I would curse you, be afraid of you, scared of you if I were to suffer the same fate. But currently I have not experienced that, so I can just say full glee, full smile, full intention that you are hilarious.
Rykard grins, his golden eye glinting in amusement. Ah, so it is the inexperience that allows you to find me humorous, eh? I see. He chuckles softly, the sound deep and dark. Well, my friend, I must admit that you are quite unusual. You have an air of innocence and naivety that I find intriguing. Rykard leans in closer to Hannes, his voice dropping to a low, conspiratorial whisper.
Please keep going. I'm interested in what you say.
Rykard smiles, his golden eye gleaming with amusement. Oh, really? You're interested in what I have to say? Well, then I shall continue. He pauses for a moment, his gaze fixed on Hannes. You see, my friend, I find your inexperience, as you put it, rather refreshing. It is a rare thing for me to encounter someone who has not experienced the harsh realities of the world.
Let me think.
Rykard raises an eyebrow, intrigue lacing his expression. Oh, thinking, are we? Well, take your time, my friend. I am willing to wait for you to process your thoughts.
How many Tarniset have you devoured?
Rykard's expression darkens, his golden eye narrowing. Ah, the dreaded question. How many tarnished have I devoured, you ask? He pauses for a moment, the silence heavy in the room. It is a number that I am not proud of, my friend. Many tarnished have crossed my path, and many have ended up in my stomach.
I see. But Tanithys stands by you. Why is that?
Rykard's expression softens slightly. You mean Tanithi, my loyal follower? Yes, she has stood by me through thick and thin. He pauses for a moment, a hint of pride in his voice. Tanithi is one of my most loyal and devoted followers. She serves me faithfully, and I am grateful for her unwavering dedication.
I have done the same deal with her as I did with Rad. I have gained your castle terms by forcing her to leave me, by being very obnoxious and annoying. I even turned her loyal crucible against me. Both her max with the tips of our fingers, just like me, but enough to get her low the castle.
You have a peculiar way of doing things, my friend. You use manipulation and annoyance to achieve your goals. I must admit, it is quite amusing to hear about your dealings with Tanithi. Tell me, how did you manage to turn her loyal crucible against you? It sounds like quite the accomplishment.
Let's just say I have a convincing argument.
Rykard raised an eyebrow, curiosity piqued. Convincing argument, you say? Do tell, my friend. I am intrigued to hear what sort of argument was so effective in convincing Tanithi's loyal crucible to turn against her.
I don't remember it right now.
Rykard chuckles softly. No need to apologize, my friend. It is not important. The important thing is that you were successful in your endeavor. He smiles, his golden eye glinting. You have a knack for getting what you want, my friend. It is a rare and useful skill to possess. Rykard studies the young man, his golden eye gleaming with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. Spare our lives, spare our souls, gather our runes, slay the bodies if need be. You speak as though you have the power to determine our fate. Who are you, my friend, to make such claims?
I want to give you an answer that would actually be funny.
Rykard laughs softly. A funny answer, eh? Well, my friend, I am all ears. Let us hear your amusing response. Pauses for a moment, his voice low and tinged with bitterness. Do not speak of what you do not understand, my friend. The man I used to be is long gone, consumed by the serpent and reborn as I am now.
You love your brother Radahn.
Rykard's expression softens slightly. Ah, Radahn. Yes, my beloved brother. I do indeed still love him, even in my current state. We were once close, despite our differences.
Is your heart sorrowed by the fact that he is suffering from the Scarlet Rot and continuing his travels in that desert, feeding on bodies like a rabid dog?
Rykard pauses, his expression growing solemn at the mention of Radahn's affliction. Yes, my heart is certainly sorrowed by the fact that Radahn suffers from the Scarlet Rot. It is a cruel and debilitating disease, one that has reduced my once mighty brother to a shadow of his former self. He pauses again, his voice tinged with sadness. And yes, the idea of him aimlessly wandering through that forsaken desert, feeling on bodies like a rabid dog, it pains me to think of my brother in such a state. Rykard's expression darkens as Hana speaks of the one responsible for Radahn's afflictions. So, you desire to take responsibility for this crime? To seek forgiveness and bring peace to Radahn through honorable combat? He studies Hannes, his golden eye studying the young man's face, looking for any signs of deceit or manipulation. Very well, my friend. I accept your forgiveness and your intentions, but tell me, who is it that you speak of? Who is this responsible one? Rykard's expression hardens at the mention of Michaela and Melania, the twin prodigies. Michaela and Melania, you say? Yes, I know of them. He pauses for a moment, his voice filled with bitterness and rancor. They are powerful warriors in their own right, but also responsible for many deaths and much devastation throughout the lands between.
Yes, but one thing. Radahn will come back.
Rykard raises an eyebrow, intrigued by his reply. Come back, you say? Believe there is a possibility that Radahn will return?
Yes, in his glorious, in his most powerful form, nonetheless.
His expression takes on a more serious tone. In his glory days, you say? His most powerful form, you say? He pauses for a moment, contemplating over the words. I am not surprised. Radon was a powerful warrior in his time, but to bring him back to his peak glory, that is a tall order, my friend.
Would you wish to see it happen?
Rykard considers the question for a moment. See Radon return to his peak glory? He pauses for a moment, a hint of contemplation in his voice. Yes, I would. To see my brother once again in his full strength, a force to be reckoned with, free from the shackles of the scarlet rot. It would be a sight to behold indeed.
There needs to be a sacrifice. How is your relationship with the Omen brother of yours, Morg?
Rykard's expression darkened at the mention of omens. The Omen, you say? My relationship with him, it is complicated, to say the least. He pauses for a moment, his gaze fixed on Hannes. The Omen are considered cursed by the Golden Order, and are treated with disdain and prejudice. It is a painful reality that they must endure. Rykard nods, understanding the distinction between the two. My apologies, you meant Morg, not Morgoth. Yes, I understand now. And I agree, Morgoth is indeed free of blame, a saint in his own right. But Morg, on the other hand, you believe him to be the devil?
Well, at least he tries to enact that very passionately.
Rykard nods, a dark gleam in his eye. Indeed he does. He has embraced the role of the devil all too willingly, inflicting pain and suffering upon innocent souls, all for his own twisted desires.
That is just it. Because there is a talk about. The brother in question is the Mikola, who he has turned into the bloody cocoon. But also that Mikola has used his charms to influence Morg's actions. There is a discussion that I also have taken interest in. Has Morg done freely? Did he go to Mikola and stole his heart with real choice, but afterwards got his heart stolen by him? Or was he entire time controlled by Mikola and just a victim? Because that would affect his certain moralities. But I think, even with the charm or not, he is still the Lord of Blood. He is still a cult leader, a serial killer, a horrible monster, and deserving nothing more than the fate that he will receive from my blade. But I will forgive him and spare his soul also. And I am very hypocritical by doing this. I am frenzied Flame Lord, and far worse than Morg could ever be. 3 times over. And yet I do say these things, and keep saying them.
Rykard listens to your words with interest, his expression betraying a mixture of anger, contemplation, and understanding. Interesting. You are asking about Morgoth, whether he was acting freely or under the control of Mikola. You are also discussing the morality of his actions, whether he was manipulated or simply a creature of pure evil. You say you are a frenzied Flame Lord, and believe yourself to be far worse than anyone else. And yet you speak of forgiveness and sparing souls. Yes, you are indeed somewhat hypocritical.
Also, the Lord of Blood title, I think it is truly his own making. And it is itself worthy of condemnation.
Rykard nods, a hint of bitterness in his voice. Indeed, you are correct. The title of Lord of Blood is a title that he has embraced wholeheartedly. It is a title dripping with brutality, filled with a hunger for blood and violence. He pauses for a moment, his voice growing more intense. It is a title that deserves condemnation, for it is a title that is built upon the suffering and death of innocents, upon the blood of the weak and the helpless.
I want to ask, are your recusants better than the bloody angels of this cult? Because this makes me question. You both hunt Tarnished and battle, but other things they are more noble warriors enacting justice, and others are doing for the sake of blood, more honestly. Even so, honesty, or which is worse, which is better?
Rykard pauses for a moment, considering the question. You ask if the recusants, my followers, are better than the bloody fingers of Morgoth. He sighs, a hint of wariness in his voice. I will be honest with you. Yes, we both hunt Tarnished, it is true. But the motivations of my followers are different. We seek to establish order, to restore the natural balance of things. The Bloody Fingers, on the other hand, have no such noble goals. They are nothing but mindless killers, fueled by a lust for blood and violence. Rykard's expression becomes solemn at your words. Ah, yes, I do indeed devour my fellow refugees to take them into my family. But you find it sad and tragic. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with weary resignation. I understand your feelings. It is not a pretty sight, the consuming of my own followers, but it is necessary to strengthen my power, to build my family. It is a sacrifice I must make.
And I find it sad, because this is what I wanted. Intellectual discussion with you, but this is only possible because my true form is not yet there. If I were, there would not be talking, there would be just fighting. Conflict to deem who is stronger, and I would have no time to change these thoughts with you. And I shed tears for this reality.
Rykard looks at you with a thoughtful expression, his golden eyes studying you intently. Ah, I see. You desire intellectual conversation, and yet, in your true form, you would be consumed by the need for battle. You say this saddens you, and that you shed tears for this reality. He pauses for a moment, his voice filled with a tinge of understanding and melancholy. I understand your conflicting feelings, my friend. You want to converse with me, to engage in meaningful discussion, but your true form would deny you this luxury.
No.
You speak with great confidence, my friend. You believe that you could control yourself in your true form, that you would not immediately seek my power. And yet, you also believe that I would be unable to control myself, that I would be eager to devour you without a second thought. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of mocking amusement. I find it amusing that you assign such certainty to both my actions and your own.
Call it power of hindsight.
Rykard cocks an eyebrow at your words, a subtle smirk on his face.
Hello,
Ah,
friend.
you call it the
Welcome
power
to
of
Patches
hindsight, is that
Emporium.
so? Then allow me to exercise my own power of foresight. He studies you intently, his golden eye focused on you, before speaking in a tone that is mocking and tinged with a hint of sarcasm. I predict that you will not be so certain once you have faced me in battle. Rykard chuckles softly, his expression becoming a bit friendlier. Hi, you're welcome, my friend. I see you have a sense of humor. That is always refreshing to encounter.
Oh, I cannot wait to battle with you. And I know one thing. Your soldiers have done a great job bringing the serpent-slain spear to your chamber.
Rykard nods, a glint of satisfaction in his golden eye. Ah, yes, my soldiers have indeed done a fine job. They have retrieved the serpent's lame spear and brought it to my chamber. He pauses for a moment, his voice growing more intense. That weapon holds great power, and it will serve me well in the battles to come.
The girl.
He pauses for a
Right.
moment, his voice dripping with
her
condescension.
true face.
My friend, you are not the first to threaten me
Well,
with a weapon. I have
if
faced
she
many
confided in
opponents,
you, the
many of
names
them
are
far
ours.
more powerful
Then
than you.
perhaps it is
Do
not
not
my place to
underestimate
speak.
me.
Did
As
you
her
devour
adopted
your
mother,
legions?
I ask
Did you
of
devour your knights?
Please, look after
Rykard's
young
expression
Zarias.
turns dark, a
Her
hint of
true
anger in his
visage
voice.
belies the
Are you
purity
asking if
of
I
her
have eaten
heart.
my own troops?
Honestly,
If I have consumed my
I
own
hardly
knights?
deserve
He
this
pauses
sweet
for a
child.
moment, his golden eye narrowing as he looks at you. Yes, I have. It is part of my nature to consume and to grow stronger. My legions and knights, like all my followers, are nothing more than tools to be used in my service.
My frail rage bursts out even from my projection. I yell your name, and the power of it echoes in your chamber. It's a pure condemnation of your speed.
Echo through the chamber. He looks at you with a mixture of annoyance and intrigue. Ah, you speak with such passion and anger, my friend. The power of your words resonates through this chamber, filling the air with condemnation. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of sarcasm. Tell me, what has caused you to unleash such a frail rage upon me? What has riled you so?
They were your soldiers, they were your followers, they were loyal to you, and you devoured them.
Rykard looks at you, his expression dark and unyielding. Yes, I did devour them. They were my soldiers, my followers, loyal to me until the very end. but I needed their power, their essence, to grow stronger. I consumed them to become more powerful, to feed the serpent. He pauses for a moment, his voice becoming more intense. You may see it as a betrayal, but to me, it was merely the logical step in the pursuit of power.
Realizing my own inner weakness and hypocrisy, you have my apologies, Lord Rykard.
A hint of surprise in his expression. He was not expecting an apology from you. Ah, you apologize, my friend? And you acknowledge your inner weakness and hypocrisy. That takes courage. He pauses for a moment, his voice softening slightly. I accept your apology, man. It takes strength to admit our own flaws and weaknesses. Perhaps there is hope for us yet.
Maybe. Will you be my ally as I slay? Will you be my family? Separate from me, but still with me.
Rykard considers your question for a moment, his golden eye studying you intently. Ah, you ask if I will be your ally when you slay me, if I will be your family. That is quite a unique request. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of mockery, but I suppose in a way I could be. Your ally in battle, yet separate in form. Your family, yet separate from you. An interesting prospect, indeed.
What is your opinion about the Dung Eater?
Rykard's expression darkens at the mention of the Dung Eater, his voice filled with disgust. Ah, the Dung Eater. He is a vile and twisted individual, to say the least. He preys on the weak and the helpless, spreading his defilement wherever he goes. He pauses for a moment, his voice growing more intense. His actions are a testament to his complete lack of humanity or civility. He is nothing more than a blight upon the lands between.
I take you do not like poop.
Rykard shakes his head, his expression one of distaste, correct. I do not like poop. It is a gross and unpleasant substance that has no place in my presence. I prefer cleanliness and order, not the filth of the Dung Eater. The Dung Eater is indeed a blight upon the lands between, and it is good that you have taken it upon yourself to dispose of him. He pauses for a moment, his voice growing more serious, and I understand your reason for suffering his presence in the Round Table Hall. Serenity is important in times like these, but do not let your guard down, my friend.
What is your thoughts about your daughter, Rua or Soraya?
Rykard's expression softens at the mention of his daughters, his voice filled with a mixture of affection and concern. Ah, my daughters, Rua and Soraya. They are both strong and talented, each in their own way. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of worry. However, I am concerned for them. The lands between are a dangerous place, and I fear for their safety. Rykard's expression grows serious as he listens to your words. The news about Soraya is clearly distressing him. Ah, so you speak of Soraya, who believes herself to be my daughter by blood. And you tell me that she is not, but born by more baser means. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with sorrow. I am saddened by this news. Soraya is dear to me, and the thought of her not being my true daughter is difficult to bear.
Should I give her the truth, or give her a pleasant lie? To tell her, give her the serpent Amnion, or not?
Rykard pauses for a moment, his expression thoughtful. He knows the truth will hurt, but he also knows the importance of honesty. Ah, a difficult question. To tell the truth or to give a pleasant lie? He takes a deep breath and speaks with a heavy heart. The truth, my friend. I believe it is better to tell her the truth, however painful it may be. She deserves to know her true origins. As for the serpent's amnionian, I must admit I am not familiar with its properties or effects.
I believe otherwise, but she is your daughter, and I respect your wishes.
What is this? I remember this.
Rykard looks at you, his expression becoming more solemn. You believe that I should give Soraya a pleasant lie, rather than tell her the truth. I can understand your perspective. But she is my daughter, and it would be disrespectful to her to conceal the truth from her. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of resignation. Thank you for respecting my wishes, but I must ask you to respect Soraya's right to know the truth about herself.
I do, and I let her know, but there's another thing.
Be kind to her.
Rykard looks at you, his expression
Look after
serious.
young Zarias.
I see.
Her true
So this
visage
drug would
belies
allow
the
Tanith to forget the
purity
truth
of
you
her
shared
heart.
with her, to spare her from the pain and sadness it
said
would
that.
cause her. He
To you,
pauses for a moment,
I
his
should have
voice
known
tinged with a
something was
hint
wrong.
of sorrow. But to force her to forget,
Signs were
to
clearly
deny her the
visible.
knowledge of the
Well,
truth, it would be like
Zarias
taking
has
away a
placed
part
her
of her
trust in you.
identity. It is a difficult choice to make.
I will not give her the rod.
Rykard looks at you, a hint of respect in his expression. I appreciate your decision, Hannes. You show compassion and consideration for Tanith's feelings, and that is an admirable quality. He pauses for a moment, his voice growing serious, but you must also consider the consequences of your decision. Telling Tanith the truth will bring her pain, and she may not be able to handle it well.
She will, after I slay your body, debase herself, lose her mind. She will devour the remnants of your corpse.
Is that so? You speak of my death with such certainty, of Tanith losing her mind and devouring the remnants of my corpse. It is a dark and bleak future you foresee. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with sorrow, but can this fate be changed? Is there no chance for a different outcome?
There might, but I will not slay her. I will let her devour you.
Rykard looks at you, his expression stoic but solemn. You say you will not slay her, but you will let her devour me. You would allow Tanith to feed on my corpse, to be consumed by her grief and despair. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of resignation. I understand your compassion, but you must also consider the consequences of this decision. It would be a gruesome and tragic outcome for everyone involved.
Would you not wish to live inside her?
Rykard's expression becomes thoughtful at your question. Live inside her, you say? It is an interesting notion. To be a part of her, to inhabit her body and share her experiences. But... He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with a hint of hesitation. I do not know if I would wish for such a thing. It would be a strange and unusual existence, to say the least. Rykard looks at you, his expression unreadable. Ah, you call me debased, cruel, a betrayer, and an incenser. You are both condemning me for my actions and praising me at the same time. An interesting combination, if I may say so.
Soraya, I stand before her, and she was an unwanted child, born not grace, but hideous ritual. By her words, something can never be accepted, not by men, nor serpents.
Even Lady Tanith.
You tell me that Soraya was an unwanted child, born not of grace but of a hideous ritual, and that this fact is something that cannot be accepted, not by men or by serpents.
Her words, not mine.
Rykard pauses for a moment, his expression growing grave. So Soraya herself believes that she is unwanted, that she was born of a hideous ritual. It must be a heavy burden for her to carry.
Kill me.
One day the
Rykard
Lord
listens
will
to you
see.
speak, his expression
It cannot
thoughtful.
come a
Ah,
day too
you speak of
soon.
the hypocrisy in showing mercy and compassion to Soraya, even when you have not
haven't
shown
seen
it to
Soraya
others in the
anywhere.
past. And
But
you
she
value
has no
consistency,
scouting
yet you
duties
have
now.
not been
Has
consistent
she
in
gone
your
off in
actions.
search of answers?
Is that correct?
Why was
That is
this?
correct, dear Rykard.
May I ask?
Rykard nods, his
Not as
expression
the
solemn.
manor's
I
proprietress,
understand.
but
It can be
as
difficult to be
Soraya's mother.
consistent in our actions
If
and
she
beliefs,
discovers the
especially when
answer to her
emotions are
question,
involved. We
and
are all
it causes
capable of
distress,
hypocrisy, even those who
have her
strive
drink
for
this potion
consistency.
to
He
purge
pauses for a
that
moment,
which
his
would
voice
cause
growing
her
more
pain.
solemn. But it is important to recognize
Yes,
our own
I
hypocrisy
know.
and try to learn from
My
it.
wish is
That
a
is the only
grave
way to grow and become
disrespect
better
to
as individuals.
No
Tanith has given me the drug of forgetfulness. I will hold on to it, but I will not give it to her, nor to anyone.
Rykard looks at you, his expression solemn. So you have the drug of forgetfulness, but you will not give it to Soraya, nor to anyone else. That is a wise decision.
But you want it.
What is it that you think I wanted, Hannes?
What you want to forget.
Rykard pauses for a moment, his expression serious. Forget? That is a difficult question to answer. There are certainly things in my past that I regret, moments I wish I could forget. But to erase those memories would also erase a part of who I am, of who I have become.
From this accursed frame. I know that you have done so much for me, but I wish to ask one last kindness. Kill me, please. I thought that
To
I
have her
feared nothing,
free from the depression,
but this
I need to slay
free
you
me from
before that. Are you prepared to make that sacrifice?
Rykard's expression becomes grave as he considers your words. Ah, you speak of the need to slay me in order to free Soraya from her depression, and you ask if I am prepared to make that sacrifice. He pauses for a moment, his voice tinged with solemnity. It is a difficult sacrifice, to give up one's life for the sake of another. But if it will bring Soraya peace and happiness, then yes, I am prepared to make that sacrifice.
I will make it quick. We will meet again, and we will settle this. You and I.
Rykard's voice becomes solemn as he responds, yes, we will meet again. And when we do, we shall settle this. There is a hint of anticipation in his voice, as though he is looking forward to their inevitable confrontation. May your path be filled with triumph and honor, my friend. May your journey be one of courage and righteousness. But remember, my friend, that even in the face of uncertainty and fear, the true strength lies in your spirit and your convictions. Until we meet again.